to help Hank's company decide which company to go for to sell the TV series and free films. Let's start with the BBC. Let's start comparing the three companies. First off is the BBC. The BBC is a vertically owned company, as all the production is kept within that one company. Now, how the BBC makes money. The BBC is a privately owned company, so it therefore makes money by people paying their TV licenses and advertising their own shows. Now, sometimes that is an upside because it means there's no having to pay other film companies to show their films on the channels. Now, the BBC TV licensing is as follows for the BBC. So as you can see, for TV programmes the BBC gained £2,472 million or £7.69 a month per household. For radio programmes the BBC gains £670 million or £2.08 a month per household. For online programmes such as BBC iPlayer, the BBC gains £177 million or 55 pence a month per household. Other costs, such as running costs, collecting licensing fees and investment in new technology costs the BBC £581 million or £1.82 a month per household. Now we move on to Sky. Sky is a horizontally owned company because the production is between several different companies. The owner of Sky is Rupert Murdoch. Sky is now merged with BSB to become BSkyB. How the Sky Network makes money? Sky Network make money by using product placement, advertising, the government and subscription. As far as my research went, I couldn't find any TV licensing for Sky. Now we move on to Netflix. Netflix is owned by all sorts of companies like institutions, insiders, private shareholders and mutual funds. The downside to mutual funds is you could lose control of the projects. But other than that, Netflix is good for anything. It shows your films and TV series worldwide. How Netflix makes money. Netflix makes money by subscriptions. They did want to do mail order and DVD rental services, but that would be too much like Blockbuster. What I think Hank should go for. I think Hank should go for Netflix because it has a global appeal and a larger audience base. This might be because Netflix is viewed online rather than TV. The company may get more money by people subscribing to watch it. Netflix gets funds from a variety of different sources, such as mutual funds and private shareholders. But now, the downside to the BBC. The downside to the BBC is it's only shown in parts of the world. The downside to Sky is that you could lose control of the project, and unlike the BBC, the communication won't be good, because the communication in the BBC is very good. And Netflix, there is a downside to that, as I mentioned earlier. Why not the Sky Network? I don't think Hank should go for the Sky Company format because he owns too many different media companies, so the communication, as I said, won't be good between them. Hank needs to concentrate on the one company and maybe at a later date expand. If Hank did choose to create a company similar to Sky, he could lose control of the projects, as I said earlier. He would be pushing himself to the limit. And why not the BBC? In theory, the BBC would be a good company, as it is just the one organisation. Hank would have total control over the budget, programmes and the production. I don't think Hank should use the BBC company format though, as it isn't completely online, so it may have a smaller audience base.